everybody, and welcome to The File Was Corrupted. So we're starting over. Yay!
Yeah.
I think we were going a little too slow anyways. We were getting half an hour and only half the raids ranked. Actually,
Yeah.
less than half, but so we're gonna do a little
Oh
bit of
yeah.
rapid fire. So we'll take one raid at a time. So I'm here with Corey again.
Hello.
He's great. I don't
Hi.
remember the jokes I said at the beginning, so this is gonna be less funny. Well, we're not here to be funny.
Kidding.
We're here to spread truth.
For the facts.
We're here to share the negative pi commandment that stated, "Thou shalt listen to Worldwide Dylan and Corey for raid opinions."
Indeed. That's what we need to change the title of your YouTube channel to. Worldwide Dylan and Corey. Continent wide Corey.
No, it needs to.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cosmic Corey. Oh my god.
Um,
That's funny.
circumnavigate, circumnavigating Corey,
Yes.
cartographer Corey.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I want to preface this by saying when we started doing raids, there were other raids available. We weren't stuck doing one raid for all of time. It's not like the only raids we had available were Leviathan and Eater of Worlds. We had lots of raids available, so we never really grew to hating one raid. Even though some there are more we dislike, and these are our, these not our, these are the facts. The facts. Um,
That you should
let's
always agree to.
let's get started. Corey, Leviathan, go fast.
Uh, it's good. I loved it. Probably one of my favorite first raids. I would put it in fucking vanilla extract.
I agree. It was both of our first raids. We did it together, and we did it with some other friends. It was the first raid. It took us 5 hours, which was too long because we were joking around, but it was great. I loved the dogs encounter because of the sneaking around mechanic, and we are like, "Oh no, go back, go back, go back!" Because of the dog was there, and you had
Yeah,
to
and you just had
hide.
your blood pumping the whole time. It was
Yeah,
great.
it's great. Good introduction to raiding in Destiny 2. And also the
Yeah,
first shot when you land and you see all that gold, and I think, oh man, this looks awesome. Yes,
I agree.
Eater of
Yes.
Worlds.
Eat of Worlds. That one wasn't my favorite, but it was good. It's been a while since I played it. Um, gonna put it. Where did we put it?
Put a smell of
That
grandma's
one.
cookies.
Yeah, that one was Grandma's Cookies. Um, uh, we had good experiences with it. It just wasn't the best. No,
Yeah,
like yeah.
I think
Anyway,
I think even though it had a really fun boss encounter, I was able to two man, which I thought was really impressive. I mean, it is still impressive. But it took forever, but I did it, and it's just a fun boss encounter. The rest of the raid isn't as fun, in my opinion. Um,
yes,
Final word. Smell of grandma's cookies. Next. Spire of
yeah.
Stars.
Spire of Stars.
You never did.
That one I never did.
That's right,
Yeah,
that's right. Even though I loved the boss encounter, I didn't like doing it on Prestige. I thought it was too hard. I'd probably be fine now, but it had loadout restrictions, and it's not really fun to play with sidearms and all that. And didn't have fun restrictions. Um, the boss encounter was fun. Atmosphere was great, but I'm thinking it has to go in not so freshly baked cornbread. Unfortunately, next, Last Wish. Go.
we both really love this one. I know you. This is probably your most played raid, right?
Yeah, in terms of time spent in the raid, it is definitely number one.
Yeah.
It is not most
Um,
cleared, but It's most time
Right,
spent by far.
right, right.
It's second most cleared.
Um, yeah. What's your first most cleared?
We'll get there. Hold on, let me talk about it really quickly. I'm gonna look up how many clears I have of this one.
Um, I really enjoy the heart run where you have to take the heart from
Uh,
the dead
Queen's Walk.
Riven and just deliver it to the end. I think it's an exhilarating part of that raid. Um, and after you've killed Riven, it's just a great uh, like get your heart pounding and all this kind of stuff. Like keep the energy high. Um, but I really like it.
Right, right. I know you talked about Vault. You said you weren't the biggest fan of Vault. It was just too like cramped of an encounter, and all the callouts could be different and confusing. Um,
Right.
I kind of do like the communication of that encounter, but I do agree with the frustration of different callouts. I talk about how I don't like using the words front and back in raids. Those are not good words to use.
Right. It's not. It's like very confusing
Yes,
because like
yes.
front and back could mean two different things depending on your perspective.
Right, and they
Like, and if you
talk.
try to explain what your perspective is, you just kind of like don't know what to do with that information,
They talk
and
about
you
like the
can bring it
class.
down.
Talk about the classroom and like the theater analogy. Like, where's the stage? Where's the teacher? But I'm like, yeah, but I'm
Like,
not always in a. This isn't a this isn't Destiny 2 the musical or um how to lose a bunch of time 101.
exactly.
It's
This is Destiny 2. Tell me it's close or far. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
right, and when we say close so far, we mean to us, because we're doing the raid, not the boss. Boss is not doing the raid. Why would you make it convenient for the boss? The boss can't hear you. It's us. Okay. But Riven legit is the best encounter of all time. Everyone should do it. The only way they could patch the cheese is if they made it so you could not damage Riven until you got to the top floor. That would be the only way to patch the cheese. As long as you can deal damage before doing any actual mechanics, the cheese will always remain. Do I think they should patch the cheese? Probably not at this point. It's been around for too long. People might be mad. But even then, because it's been around so long, maybe people would be okay with it being like, alright, it's about time. I don't know. But I still think everyone should try it on Riven. Legit. Best encounter. My favorite personal raid. 128 clears. Looked it up. Go.
Yeah, that's a lot of clears. Like, I'm never going to get to that many clears in my whole life,
Total time
ever.
spent in the raid 14 days, 16 hours.
Yeah. 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 That too much time.
My most cleared raid is is a little over half that time spent, but it still has more clear. So it must have been a lot of boss checkpoints then. Whoops. Um,
Anyways,
yeah, what's next?
we did, or you did, fucking something. What was
Was
it?
it Garden? It was Garden.
Yeah, it was
No,
Garden.
no, it was Scourge. No, it was Garden. It was
Yeah.
Garden. What was it?
Wait. Yeah. After Last Wish, it was Garden.
Garden. That's right. That's right.
So we think Garden, while it is a good raid and like it's very like people are going to be mad at us for what we're ranking it. Um,
Well, it depends on who
but
you ask.
yeah, I guess that's fair. Most Destiny players wouldn't be mad, but like new people would be like, oh, I love this raid. It's a great raid. But seasoned veterans are going to be like, no, fuck, screw Garden of Salvation. I will never do that raid again.
Yeah, I think I did a little too much during the year that it was the pinnacle. I
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a very overplayed raid.
Whoops. I
Um,
didn't mean to drop that.
I know a lot of people will be like, we don't like Garden
Right.
anymore. Like, it's not good. It's good. It's just overplayed,
I
and
think so.
I got tired of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think most beautiful raid and best soundtrack overall. Not my personal favorite tracks, but overall, best. Like on average,
I
if I took
agree.
the
I
average.
agree. I agree. Um, so I think we're gonna put this one at what did we put it at? Like a the
I don't know.
smell of a mediocre fart.
No, we put it higher than that.
We did it like grandma's cook. Was it grandma's cookies or
I can't remember. It was up before, but I removed it before I started recording.
uh, it might just yeah. I think whatever the C tier is.
SABC. Okay, right here. Next to Spire O Stars. I think that's
Yeah,
where it was.
yeah,
Um, Next, Scourge of the Pass. You did it once.
yeah. I did it once. I have one clear and one run like attempt.
Right, right. We did the. You remember the Sparrow run briefly, and then you remember loading into the city.
Yeah, and that's about it. That's about all I remember from that raid because it's been like 3 years since I've played it.
I know a lot of people love this raid, and I think
And then we say fuck you.
yeah, yeah. To them, we say, um, you're wrong. No, no. Seriously, I do enjoy the weapons. I don't like the armor very much. I like the weapons. The final boss is unique. I do love a unique boss. One of the reasons I like Riven so much. Boss is cool, said that already. Encounters are cool. Great encounters. Love the big, wide open space of the first encounter. It goes
Oh yeah,
into a nostalgic smell of summer.
yes, yes, that's good. That's good.
Next, Deepstone.
Deepstone.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do Deepstone Crypt.
This one
Actually, sorry,
is
hold up. Yeah, we'll do Deepstone. Go ahead, sorry.
all right. This raid is banging. It's a great raid. It's not super long, so you can do it like an hour and a half, probably like 2 hours, I think, right?
Yeah, no, well, no, an experienced LFG team. So not someone who they do it with the same group of people every week, but someone five, six people who all know what they're doing, but they haven't met each other yet. So they still have to go through that hurdle of meeting each other. They'll be able to do it in 40 minutes, 45 minutes, no wipes.
Exactly. Yeah. Like just really easy, fun times. Um, good raid. It's banging. Everybody should love this raid because it's one of the best. The space walk, perfect. Bungie did an amazing job at that. Just the atmosphere, uh, the music, the enemies you encounter. It's great,
I agree.
and it's good. I liked it. Um, all of the encounters feel new. You know, while they do use like some of the same like well you have to have like every raid has its own niche, like you have to figure out um different I guess things that you carry around to every encounter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess you kind of understand what I'm saying, but
yeah,
like
like
I don't know if everybody
their own
does.
little mechanic. Like this one has like the roles, the operator,
Yeah,
scanner,
yeah, exactly.
suppressor.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Even though I spent 12 hours on 8 tracks day one, it's my favorite encounter of the raid, and I think the loot is phenomenal. All the armor sets look awesome. All the weapons are great, except for like the hand cannon. It's a 180 rounds per minute hand cannon. I know not a lot of people like that kind of hand cannon, but it can get some good perks. So if you like that kind of hand cannon, it's a nice one to have. I like the rest of the weapons.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's a great um it's a great raid. I would put it in vanilla extract.
I agree. I think it is objectively the best raid. Like, if you were to weigh it on mechanics, atmosphere, enemies, bosses, music, loot,
A lot of a
all
lot of people would
raids,
agree with you.
if you averaged all those scores up across all the raids, I think Deepstone Crypt's number one. And it is my most cleared raid at 131 clears, which is only 3 more clears than Last Wish.
Right,
But
but it's still a lot of clears.
Last Wish was 14 days and 16 hours, and Deepstone Crypt is the second most time played with 8 days and 12 hours. So that's an extra 6 days in Last Wish.
Right, you usually just do like boss checkpoints for that as well.
I think so. I
I
mean, that's probably why I have so
hardly.
many clears. I don't remember doing that, so that must have been a while ago, but that's probably what I did. I probably did a lot of boss checkpoints.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do a lot of. I don't do raids nearly as much as you do, because you do a raid like every week at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I know you definitely try to do a raid every week.
It's usually
Um,
how it goes. I think
yeah,
I've done
depending on whatever's going on. But
I've done
like
3 raids this week already.
Deepstone Crypt, Jesus, Deepstone Crypt is just great. Um, what are we on now?
Um, no, I'll take a break and talk about Crown of Sorrow. You never did Crown of Sorrow. I wish you did. With Crown of Sorrow, people say the first encounter is too long. I kind of agree, but it's not really bad. It's good at teaching the mechanic. The long first half of Eater of Worlds didn't do that, so I think Crown of Sorrow can get some merit for that. I think it's really cool because the entire raid can be done in 3 teams of 2. So you pick a buddy, and that's your buddy for the entire raid. Um, it's pretty cool, and I think it has the one of the it is the boss encounter, Galron the Sorrow Barrow, Galron
Sorrow Bearer.
the Sorrow Bearer. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Galron the
Yeah,
Sorrow
that is
Bearer,
a tongue
Galron the
twister.
Sorrow Bearer, Galron the Sorrow Bearer. Is the second best raid boss of all time. It is close to Riven, but second best to Riven. And but the first half can be a little tedious, just a little. So I'm gonna put out the nostalgic smell of summer.
Okay.
And the weapons weren't the best. The armor was cool, but the weapons weren't the best. I don't think I've ever used a weapon from Crown of Sorrow besides the exotic sometimes.
What was the exotic from Crown of Sorrow?
Teraba. It
Oh
would,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I don't have that. I'm saving up for it.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't like the weapons. I don't think I still have any of the weapons. I can't get them anymore because I'd have to pull them. I can't pull them from collections because they're all random rolled.
Yeah,
Whoops.
nobody can get them anymore. I would honestly be surprised if I saw someone using Crown of Sorrow weapons.
Yeah. Can't remember the last time I've seen someone use a Crown of Sorrow weapon. It would be Sunset, anyways.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, next. D2 Vault of Glass.
Vault of Glass is a great raid. I really enjoy it. Um, like especially going back to Mars and uh, Venus. I think that's cool that they have stuff there,
Yeah, that.
even if it's just for like a few minutes.
Right.
Um,
I think it's a. I think it's a great first raid for people who are new to raiding. Not too
oh yeah,
difficult.
definitely.
A good
It
length.
doesn't have Yeah, it doesn't have the most insane mechanics. It's kind of like Deepstone Crypt. Like you can play Deepstone Crypt as a newbie and get through it
Right, both
and
of
be
them are
fine.
great first time raids.
And Vault of Glass is the same way. Like you can get through it as a newbie pretty easily. Um, yeah, it's a good raid. I would put. I don't think it's the best raid just because it's not super pretty. Um, it does have some interesting environments, but it's kind of like you stay in one area for like half of the raid
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't think.
during the oracles. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one kind of stay there for like a majority of the raid. It does. That's the only part that I would not put it at a higher ranking.
I think.
Um,
Where do you want to put it?
I would put it either grandma's cookies or um, maybe nostalgic smell of summer. Like that's stretching it a little bit.
Yeah, I would. I'd put it with smell grandma's cookies, but like if this is a B, it's a B plus.
Yeah,
Um. All right, now we're on to Vow of the Disciple with.
I have played Valve the Disciple a grand total of one time.
We should play it again sometime.
Yeah,
Unless you
I
didn't
did
like
not
it.
like it. I didn't like it that much
Oh,
actually. Just because it was like the weirdest mechanics. Like that is definitely like you have to know what you're doing. You
yeah.
cannot be a newbie and play that one. That's like the hardest mechanics. Um, like just really complicated. And if you don't get it right, people are going to be mad at you.
I think
Like
with this raid, if I had to judge it objectively, just like I do all the raids and with Deepstone Crypt, um, it would score high, really high, in every metric except for mechanics. Mechanics is very conditional. If you do not like symbols, you will not like this raid at all. I do like symbols, so I do enjoy this raid. But that's the issue. You like symbols, you like the raid. You don't like symbols, you're not gonna like this raid at all.
right, and I don't like symbols, so I didn't like the raid at all.
Um, so can we compromise? It's probably a big compromise, but can we put it at nostalgic smell of summer, or do you not
That's
want to see it there? Because I think it scores high in
um
everything else. I know there are people who do like it, but they like symbols like I do, and I guess losers like you
I
who don't
wouldn't
like symbols.
I wouldn't be mad if you put it there. I would just be offended because like there's other good raids that I think would be above that.
Okay, well I think this is good for us because I think it's good to have like a controversial take here. Um,
Right.
because I think we
Considering it is one of the newer raids, even though it came out like what,
one
half a
year,
year ago?
no 1 year last March.
Yeah, yeah. Came out a year ago. Jeez, it came out a year ago. My
Damn,
God.
time flies.
Yeah.
We're almost at the
I'm not having fun.
we're almost at the 1 year anniversary of the start of Season of the Haunted. Back to the Leviathan.
Jeez. No, that's crazy to me. I don't want to like go off on a tangent, but like time is going by too quickly.
2 years ago, we were in Season of the Chosen.
That's crazy.
3 years ago was the first Guardian games. Um,
Lord.
okay, so what am I
Anyways,
holding? Garden, when did I pick this up? Go back there. Where'd Val go? Uh, so I guess, smell of grandma's cookies, alright?
grandma's cookies is fine with me.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I'll yield a bit on the compromise.
All right.
Um,
Um,
but I would like the
what would
record
be
to show that I think it's one of the best raids objectively. If you like symbols, if you don't like symbols, you're not gonna like the raid, unfortunately.
it's definitely a niche group.
That's
I
yeah,
will say that.
that's what I'm looking for. It's
Yeah.
niche. Um, I want to go to a D1 raid real quick.
All right.
I want to talk about King's Fall D1. It's it's okay. I can't really judge the weapons all that much because I wasn't using them because they weren't dropping high power. I only started doing D1 um, in summer 2021 when Destiny 2 had already been out for like nearly 4 years. Um, so there was like a small pool of people playing Destiny 1. A lot of people who were like speedrunners knew all the tricks, so I didn't really get to do too many of the mechanics because they were all kind of like glitching them out and doing them for me, so maybe that kind of skews my opinion of it. But I find it difficult to count counterclockwise. Like you have to get on the mechanic is you have to step on the plates counterclockwise order. And I couldn't figure that out because I couldn't remember counterclockwise very well.
Right,
Um,
right. That's understandable.
and you have to beat Oryx in 4 phases. You can't do it any faster, so I know that's a common complaint about it. Um, so I think I'm gonna put D1 Oryx the whiff of a really mediocre fart. I know there are people who love King's Fall. I know you love King's Fall, but I don't love King's Fall that much.
Destiny 1 King's Fall is not the best.
However, Destiny 2 King's Fall,
Oh, Destiny 2 King's Fall, they did an amazing job on.
I loved what they did with it. I loved the mechanics. I loved the changed and like the added of because they didn't have the unraveling brand. Like, because now you have the regular brand and then the unraveling one. They didn't have that before. And
Right.
you can actually damage Oryx. You're not just shooting to stun to let the bombs do damage, and you don't have to count counterclockwise. When I tried to 2-0 when I tried to duo Oryx, which took 12 hours, but I did it. The D2 Oryx, this guy. I did have to force myself to learn counterclockwise rotation so I could kill the ogres when they spawned at Oryx. But you can kill them in less than 4 phases. You can one phase them if you have the damage. It looks great. It's not as really gray and foggy as the D1 version. Corey, what are your thoughts?
I agree. I think it's really good. Um, Honestly, it's a solid raid. It's, I mean, I would say it's one of the better raids. Like, it doesn't take that much skill. Like, if
Well,
you're kind of like just getting into it, I wouldn't say you would be really good at it, but
I
like,
agree. I wouldn't. I would say definitely get a few of these raids under your belt before doing King's Fall. It's definitely one
yeah,
of
you
the
definitely want to have
front rank
raids under
ones.
your belt before doing King's Fall. You don't want to just go into D2 and just do King's Fall as a newbie. You don't want to do that. That's a horrible idea
Yeah,
because you won't get it. You won't get it, and you will be lost the whole time.
I agree. I agree.
Um, because like some of the mechanics are a little nitpicky, and then it's like you also have to be quick and you have to have certain weapons and it's a lot, but it is a good raid. I love King's Fall. Don't get me wrong. I may be talking like, oh, it's not good for the new players. Yeah, it's not. It's good for the older players.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, get in line, noobs. We're here for King's Fall.
Yeah, I would say it is it, it's definitely up there. Do you think it would be worthy of a vanilla extract?
I don't know. I haven't really thought of it as vanilla extract, but now that we're talking about it, armor looks cool. Loot's great. Well,
Yeah,
some weapons, not all weapons, but
yeah, some of them.
I think vanilla extract's a fair say.
Yeah, vanilla extract is a fitting ranking. All right.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Go.
what would be next?
Unless you want me to talk about a D1 raid, we just got Root of Nightmares left. Newest raid,
Oh, yeah.
month old, a little over a month and a half old.
the baby, the baby raid.
It's a baby raid.
Um,
It's more like a toddler raid at this point.
yeah. Uh, how many times have I done Root of Nightmares? I've done it twice. I I enjoy it. I think it's different. I like how they played the campaign directly into it. Um,
The show does seem to
I
have
don't
an
know.
impact on the story.
Yeah.
Um, I think the ad clear in it is fun. It looks great. Music's great. Weapons are great. Armor's great. Mechanics. Mechanics themselves are good. The issue is you only need one or two people to do them in each encounter, except for the
So you
planets
have
encounter,
yeah.
which I
The
love.
planets encounter you need as many people as you can get.
Right.
Um, I know people have started to do it solo. Have people? Do you know if people have started to do Root of Nightmare solo or just the boss
Yes, I
solo?
do know. As of I think last week, the planets encounter was soloed, which meant that a solo flawless was technically possible because at that point every encounter had now been soloed. A bunch of people have put up bounties. Like I think the total bounty is about $1,000 or $2,000.
Yeah,
For
I remember
whoever
talking about.
Yeah, for whoever can solo flawless the raid first, but so far no one's done it because it requires a lot of luck, and you need to be lucky in. I think the first encounters don't need a lot of luck, but the last two encounters, the planets encounter with the Explicator boss and then Meserac, they need a lot of luck, and
Yeah,
so your chances are low if you need two encounters in a row with luck.
yeah, and it's definitely like Destiny is not a very friendly to lucky people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's a luck based game, like with LFG and all that stuff, but like
It's a sink
it's
or
not
time
very
into it
friendly.
based game.
Yeah, that's why so many people have so many hours in it because they're just trying to get one thing, and it's based on luck. You can't get it because it's you have to be lucky to get it. Um, but I think a lot of good weapons came out of this raid, Root of Nightmares. Some pretty solid weapons came out of it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I think it's a good raid, but I wouldn't put it at like the best. I would say like nostalgic smell of summer, maybe.
I would say smell of grandma's cookies, probably.
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah,
not so freshly baked. Just because the mechanics don't require a big team effort, which I
yeah.
guess is
So you have a
okay.
bunch of you end up having a bunch of people doing ad clear.
Right, which I guess is good. If you're looking for a first time raid and you want to do something easy, you don't want to have to learn mechanics, it's a good raid for that. We haven't really had a
Yeah.
new raid that's also been easy.
Well, Root of Nightmares, especially during like the raid race time,
Well, that was different. That's raid
it
race.
was, oh my god, that was probably man. Just the first encounter was super hard to just even figure out what to do. Like,
That's why there's so much attention on the people who can do it first, because they got the skills to pay the thrills to play the game. Because you got to pay Bungie.
it is a pay to win game. Just kidding. Um, but yeah, it's a kind of like, well,
So where would you put it?
I would say uh, the cornbread, the freshly baked cornbread.
You sure?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, because I'm still thinking either one of these two.
Either cornbread or grandma's cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want to put it in, that one's fine with me.
guess we'll put it in not so freshly baked because I don't want to see it sitting next to Val because I think it's better than Val. But like we said, Val is objective, and obviously between us, it's we have vastly different opinions of the raid, which is okay.
Right.
Because we all know that you're wrong and I'm right. Um,
We're right and they're wrong.
okay, quickly, Vault of Glass Destiny 1. Interesting first time run, a little long, not very rewarding. Obviously, it was Destiny's first raid, so it didn't really have much expectations. It had no expectations. People didn't know what was going to happen. Destiny 1 wasn't doing the best right at the time because it wasn't getting good reviews. People say it saved the game, which is important, but I'm judging it based on how I enjoyed the raid. Eh,
Meh.
eh.
Right.
I'm gonna put it right there next to Equinox. I don't know why I made this. I'm not gonna put anything here. Spoiler alert for these two. I don't think any raids are worth. That's a good thing that no raids were worthy of the stench of a fast food restaurant.
Yes, yes. All the raids were good in their own part. We just hated them equally.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Um, Crota's End, a short but sweet raid. Um, sometimes, obviously, with the Destiny 1 community right now, it's very small, and people want to skip the bridge encounter by having everyone sword fly. I just kind of want to do the mechanics because I guess I don't have that much experience with the raid. I want to do it normally before I do any cheeses. But the bit's kind of fun. Quick ad, clear, nice, good time. Smell of grandma's cookies, I think, just based on average. No real favorite encounter, just a nice good old time. Not, I know when I
Yeah,
go and I'm not in there for a real challenge. I'm there for something quick.
understandable.
Wrath.
I want to do Crota's End. If I get back into Destiny 1, I'll do Crota's End with you.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Um, Grasp of the McQueen. The Wrath of the Machine. It's the
Yeah.
Siva raid. Everyone loves Siva. Siva, we love Siva. Oh my God, red and black, red and black. I love Siva. Black and red, black and red. We get behind Fed.
Right. What do you
Med. I
I've
don't
heard
know.
a lot of good things about this raid. I know that it's very complicated, um,
It's
and
no,
can
it's not.
be
No, it's mechanically not that bad compared to Destiny 2 raids.
right.
Um, I like the atmosphere. Well, I don't like the fallen junkyard part of it. I liked the final part of it. People talk about the siege engine as like their favorite part, and that's the best raid encounter. But I guess when I've been doing it, it's just been Titans using a glitch to do the mechanic for us, and I never really get to do anything because I'm a smelly warlock in Destiny 1. Um, but after the walk from the siege engine to the next encounter, I think is one of the best transitions in all of Destiny raids. And I really enjoy the final boss encounter. Loot's pretty good, armor's pretty good. Second personal favorite, I think. Maybe Crown might be above it, maybe.
That's
But I'm gonna put
understandable.
it up there, and I hope it comes back in a. It's I think it's what I kind of want to come to Destiny 2. This
Yeah,
the next reprised raid. But I know a lot of people are like, "Ooh, I want Leviathan," or "I really want Scourge to come back," and people are like, "Ooh, I want Crota's End to come back, but really kick
I
our
would.
ass this time."
Yeah, I would definitely love to see Wrath of the Machine come back.
Hmm. Or maybe they'll just bring back Vault of Glass a third time.
Vault of Glass remastered again.
Hey guys, did you say you wanted Stasis 3.0? Sorry, something mixed up and we giving you Vault of Glass 3.0.
Yes.
What was that you wanted? What? What's that you want us to not patch player exploits? Sorry. Um, Here is Spire of Stars, but not as fun, but less fun. In fact, the
What
enemies
I
all one
what I
shot
would
you.
really Yeah, what I would really enjoy is having another Siva weapon, having more Siva weapons.
Yeah, because we don't really have a lot of that in Destiny 2. Because like people are always memeing on people who are like, oh my god, I love Siva, I love Siva. But if you've only really played Destiny 2, you don't get a lot of Siva.
No, really the only thing that that is mainstream Siva is Outbreak Perfected. And that's about it, honestly.
All right, and people were saying, oh, it won't. I think one of the main concerns that people are saying about Wrath of the Machine coming back is that the kind of Fallen that were in the raid were unique. They all had unique models. So they're saying it would be a pain. It would be more of a pain to bring back Wrath of the Machine because they'd have to redo the entire that entire enemy faction. Whereas King's Fall, you just use the Hive and Taken already, and Vex, you use the same Vex you have already. So they weren't as much of an effort in the enemy department.
That
But
I mean, just do it. Like, so who cares if it's extra work? You're just
yes,
getting paid to do it.
suck it up, Bungie. We don't care that it's
Suck it
extra
up.
work.
You've done it before. Do it again.
Yeah. You've done it before. Just hit undo and then redo in Destiny 2. Simple as that.
Just
Here,
make it
watch.
look better. That's all we want.
All you gotta do is cut and paste Control X, Control V into Destiny 2.
It can have the same graphics from Destiny 1. We would not care.
I'd care a little, but
I'd care, yeah. I'd care a little bit, but like not that much.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is our list. No raid is worthy of a stench of a fast food restaurant because all raids have something good about them in their own special
They all have
way.
something good about them and they all have something bad about them, so we hate them equally.
That's right, that's right. They don't deserve our respect, but some don't reserve our respect more than others. Yeah.
That's
And
funny. That's
and
incredible. I'm glad we got all of the raids down in this one video
all
instead of
right.
having two parts.
Yeah, before it crashes, any final words?
Um,
Final
if
thoughts?
you disagree with us, you can uh, message us on this channel. Just leave a hateful comment on this channel. Tell us we suck or something else hurtful. But other than that, that's about it.
Yeah, if you say anything nice, your comment's getting reported for harassment.
Exactly, exactly.
Just
If you
kidding,
say
not
anything
really.
nice, I will pull your IP address and figure out where you live. So let's
That's
not
right.
let that happen, shall we?
Exactly, exactly. And leave a comment about your favorite least favorite raids, your own personal raid rankings, and your thoughts on our raid rankings. Just comment, please.
Now that we've ranked everything, pretty much everything in Destiny 2, what do you think we should rank next, or not rank next? What do you think would be new content for us
Should we rank
for the
leaders of the Vanguard next on a basis of dead and alive? In game specifically.
oh my god!
I want to emphasize that. Rest in
In
peace,
game, in
Lance
game,
Reddick.
in game. Yeah, rest in peace, Lance Reddick. Yeah, you will be missed. One of my favorite voice actors and just general actors of all time.
Indeed.
Indeed.
All right.
Um,
Well,
yeah. Other than that, I can't think of anything. Subscribe.
yeah, or don't.
Like,
But
smash the.
if you feel the need to smash the like button, go ahead. Go ahead. If you think we deserved it, go ahead and smash that like button. If you think we
If you
deserved
don't,
that,
I'll find
subscribe.
you.
If you don't think we deserved it, then
You're wrong.
we have a few choice words for you. But that I'll have to wait for the next time when I forget that it's not May, it's June, and I gotta post a video. Alright, bye bye.
Bye bye.